Think you're making rational financial decisions? Well, I hate to break it to you, but your brain is basically working against you every single day when it comes to money. And no, I'm not talking about being lazy or undisciplined. I'm talking about actual brain wiring that's been programmed over thousands of years to keep you broke. Here's the mind-blowing truth. Your brain was designed for survival in a world that no longer exists, and those same survival instincts that kept your ancestors alive are now sabotaging your financial future. We're talking about mental programming so deep that even when you know better, you still make the same money mistakes over and over again. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on the valuable insights we share in our future videos. What I'm about to reveal will completely change how you think about your relationship with money and why you do things that you know aren't good for your financial future. Let's dive into the fascinating and sometimes terrifying world of your brain on money. The Stone Age brain in a digital world. Here's something that will blow your mind. Your brain hasn't evolved much in the last 50,000 years, but your financial world has completely transformed in just the last 50 years. Think about that for a second. The same brain that helped cavemen survive in harsh environments is now trying to navigate cryptocurrency, compound interest, and credit scores. Our ancestors lived in a world of immediate threats and instant rewards. See a berry? Eat it now because you might not find food tomorrow. Hear a predator? Run immediately or die. This created what psychologists call present bias. Our brains are wired to prioritize immediate rewards over future benefits, even when the future benefits are much larger. Let me give you a perfect example of how this shows up with money. Researchers did a study where they offered people a choice, $50 today or $100 in 1 year. Logically, waiting a year for double the money is a no-brainer. That's a 100% return. But guess what? Most people chose the $50 today. That's your Stone Age brain overriding logic. This same wiring explains why you'll spend $5 on coffee every day without thinking about it, but you'll agonize over investing $150 per month. Your brain sees the coffee as an immediate reward and the investment as giving up something now for an uncertain future benefit. Even though that $150 monthly investment could be worth hundreds of thousands over time, your brain can't really process that future reality. But here's what's really crazy, and this is something most people never realize. Your brain literally treats thinking about the future like thinking about a stranger. Brain scans show that when you imagine future you, the same areas light up as when you think about other people. So when you're deciding between spending money now versus saving for retirement, your brain is basically asking, should I help myself or help this stranger I'll never meet? The psychology of money self-sabotage. Now let's talk about the specific ways your brain sabotages your money decisions, because once you understand these patterns, you can actually start fighting back against them. First up is something called loss aversion. Your brain feels the pain of losing money about twice as strongly as the pleasure of gaining the same amount. This is why people will drive across town to save $20 on a $100 purchase, but they won't bother to save $20 on a $1,000 purchase, even though it's the same $20. This loss aversion is also why so many people are terrible investors. When the stock market goes down, that loss aversion kicks in and screams, sell everything before you lose more. But when the market goes up, you don't get the same intensity of good feelings, so you don't invest more. It's like your brain is designed to buy high and sell low, the exact opposite of what you should do. Then there's something called the sunk cost fallacy. Once you've invested time, money, or energy into something, your brain becomes irrationally committed to continuing, even when it's clearly not working. Ever stayed in a terrible relationship because you'd already invested 2 years in it? Same thing happens with money. People keep throwing money at failing investments or stick with expensive subscriptions they don't use because they've already paid so much. But here's the one that really gets people in trouble. Social comparison. Your brain is constantly measuring your status compared to others, and in our social media world, this is absolutely destroying people's finances. You see your friends' vacation photos, your neighbor's new car, your coworker's expensive dinner, and your brain interprets this as falling behind in the survival game. Here's what's insane about this. Studies show that people would rather make $50,000 a year when everyone else makes $25,000 than make $100,000 when everyone else makes $200,000. Your brain cares more about relative status than absolute wealth. This is why people go into debt, buying things they can't afford just to keep up appearances. The emotional money triggers. Let's get really specific about the emotional triggers that make you do stupid things with money, because I guarantee you've experienced every single one of these without even realizing it. First is retail therapy. When you're stressed, sad, or anxious, your brain starts craving dopamine, that feel-good chemical. Shopping triggers dopamine release, which temporarily makes you feel better. But here's the cruel part. The dopamine hit comes from the anticipation of buying, not from actually owning the thing. So you get a brief high from purchasing, then you're back to feeling bad. Plus, now you're poorer. This is why treating yourself financially is such a trap. Your brain thinks buying something will solve your emotional problem, but it actually creates a new financial problem while doing nothing to address the original emotional issue. Then there's something called the planning fallacy. Your brain consistently underestimates how long things will take and how much they'll cost. When you're planning a budget, you imagine the best case scenario where nothing goes wrong. But life doesn't work that way. Your car will need repairs, you'll have medical expenses, friends will invite you to expensive events. Yet your brain keeps making budgets for perfect world scenarios. Here's another big one, the availability heuristic. Your brain judges how likely something is based on how easily you can remember examples of it happening. So if you just heard about someone winning the lottery, buying crypto at the perfect time, or making a fortune on a single stock pick, your brain overestimates the chances of that happening to you. This is why people make terrible financial decisions right after hearing success stories. Why smart people make dumb money decisions. This is the part that really messes with people's heads. You might be brilliant at your job, have advanced degrees, understand complex concepts, but you still do ridiculous things with money. Why? Because intelligence and money behavior are controlled by completely different parts of your brain. When you're solving a math problem or analyzing data at work, you're using your prefrontal cortex, the rational, logical part of your brain. But money decisions trigger your limbic system, the ancient emotional center that doesn't care about logic. It's like having a supercomputer for thinking and a caveman for spending. This is why people can understand compound interest intellectually, but still not invest consistently. They can calculate that investing $200 monthly for 30 years could result in over $500,000. But when it's time to actually transfer that money, the limbic system says, but what if I need that $200 for something fun this month? Here's what makes it even worse. Stress makes everything worse. When you're stressed about money, your brain literally shuts down the prefrontal cortex and hands control over to the limbic system. So right when you need to make your best financial decisions, your brain switches to survival mode and makes your worst decisions, breaking the self-sabotage cycle. Now here's the good news, and this is where everything changes. Once you understand how your brain works against you, you can actually hack these same systems to work for you instead of against you. First strategy, automate everything you can. Remember how your brain prioritizes immediate rewards? Use that. Set up automatic transfers to savings and investments so the money is gone before your brain has a chance to spend it on immediate gratification. Make your future financial success the default, not something you have to actively choose every month. Second, use visual cues to make your future self feel real. Put pictures of your goals around your house, not just generic images, but specific pictures of the house you want to buy, the retirement lifestyle you want, or the financial security you're working toward. This helps your brain connect emotionally with future outcomes. Third strategy, embrace what psychologists call friction. Make bad financial decisions harder and good ones easier. Delete shopping apps from your phone. Set up automatic investments. Move your credit cards to a different room. Remove the stored payment info from websites. Every small obstacle between you and a bad money decision gives your rational brain time to catch up. Here's a powerful one. The 24-hour rule. Before making any non-essential purchase over $100, wait 24 hours. This simple pause gives your prefrontal cortex time to evaluate whether this purchase actually makes sense or if it's just your limbic system seeking instant gratification. And finally, reframe how you think about money. Instead of seeing saving and investing as giving up something today, train your brain to see it as buying your future freedom. Every dollar you invest is a dollar working to make you independent. You're not depriving yourself, you're hiring money to work for you. Your brain reprogramming action plan. Here's exactly what you need to do to stop your brain from sabotaging your financial future. First, audit your automatic financial behaviors this week. Track every purchase and ask yourself, was this a rational decision or an emotional reaction? You'll probably be shocked at how many of your money choices are driven by feelings rather than logic. Second, set up automatic systems immediately. Automate your savings, investments, and bill payments so your emotional brain can't interfere with your financial goals. Third, identify your specific emotional spending triggers. Do you shop when you're stressed? Buy things when you're comparing yourself to others? Spend money when you're celebrating? Once you know your patterns, you can prepare for them. Fourth, create visual reminders of your financial goals and place them where you'll see them before making spending decisions. Make your future self feel as real as your present self. The truth is, your brain will always be wired for short-term survival over long-term prosperity. But once you understand these patterns, you can work with your brain instead of fighting against it. The people who build real wealth aren't the ones with the most willpower. They're the ones who design systems that make good financial decisions automatic. Your financial future isn't determined by how smart you are or how much discipline you have. It's determined by how well you understand and work with your brain's natural tendencies. Now, you have the knowledge to stop sabotaging yourself and start building the financial life you actually want. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights into the psychology of money and wealth building. Hit that bell icon to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, where we'll dive even deeper into the mental game of money. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, your brain might be wired for the Stone Age, but your financial future is built in the modern world. See you in the next video.